Okay, I'm going to show you how I install or apply an epoxy top coat. What you want to make sure is that your whole surface is absolutely clean. We go over it with a microfiber just to make sure. And once you've made sure that that's all clean, you'll still always get a little bit of dust, even though I wipe this down 3 or 4 times, but you don't want to leave, you want to get it as clean as possible before you put your first coat on. And then I use magic resin. There's a lot of different companies out there. I've tried a lot of different companies, and magic resin is by far my favorite. It just flows better. I get less wrinkles and stuff in my epoxy finish. And you know, the more you pour, the better you get at it. So we buy these epoxy scrapers. They're $1.59 each. We use one, and then, you know, sometimes you're able to peel it off. If not, you throw it out and it's counted into the job. So on a table 2 foot by 4 foot, I'm starting off with 600 milliliters of the countertop epoxy. I'm gonna just dump it out over the top, just like so. You can see how the beautiful color is coming through there now. I've seen several people using foam brushes and stuff like that to do this. Don't do that. You will end up with little chunks of stuff in your epoxy, and it's never going to turn out the way you want it. And the other key thing to tell you is to mix your epoxy for 3 to 5 minutes minimum. Don't try to rush that point. I get people that come in all the time that have mixed their own epoxy and it's gone all soft. Well, if you don't mix it properly, you're going to be in big trouble. So I start off with the 1/32 notches here, and I usually start from the center, and I just kind of work my way back and forth along the table. This is just step 1. Okay, that's outside. If you didn't know, this is Osage orange is the name of this wood. And yeah, we're using a black or a blue sea epoxy, the color. The deep pour was also magic resin. It's just my brand of choice when it comes to epoxy. Like I said, there's obviously Total Boat. There's tons of really good reputable companies out there. I've actually never tried Total Boat, to be honest, but I have tried quite a few other brands. I'm not going to name any names, but they all left a big mess, more than what they were supposed to do. So there you go. I spread it out like that. That's where I kind of stop. And then I put that away. And then you always want to make sure that you have rubber gloves on while you're doing this. And then what I do is I just kind of tap my hand on the top of the surface. Now you can do this process with a brush, and all you're trying to do is just kind of level everything out. That first step levels most of it out, but then you want to come back and re-flatten everything out. And then as you have it on your hands, what I do is I rub it along the sides of my tables. And you just want to kind of take your fingers and smooth it out. And then I go back, flatten out some more, then I'll go and I'll smooth out the sides a little bit more. Go along, smooth the side, do the ends. Then you just want to go across the whole piece. I've never seen anybody else do this technique, but I'm telling you, I've done a ton of tables, and this is the best method I can come up with without going through a paintbrush. And the problem with a paintbrush is it leaves little hairs in your piece that you don't see until it's too late. And then you just smooth out your sides. There you go. Then you're going to come in, usually take the glove off that I was using. Use your propane torch, or you can use a heat gun, whatever you like. I prefer a propane torch. And then just start from one side and just kind of work your way across your piece, popping all the bubbles. Also the most satisfying part is you really start to see your colors. Really starts to clean up the piece. I know a lot of guys will just put a seal coat on first, just a really thin coat. Now this is a pretty thin coat on here, but I found in the past that I had better luck putting a little bit thicker of a coat on my first go, and then you're going to want to go back and you're going to want to sand everything down with 120 grit sandpaper. I use a random orbiting sander, and then you'll come back and you will do the exact same process again. And I do it up to 3 to 4 times, depending on the finish, depending on how much it absorbs. Every wood is different. There you go. All the little holes will all get filled, and then you're good to go. Thanks for checking out my channel. I'll be doing a lot more videos. I'm also gonna start posting on my YouTube channel, and we'll kind of go, maybe next time I'll do a little bit more in depth on the whole process of making one of these tables. But don't forget to follow, and we'll talk to y'all soon.